So I wanted to share an overview of how we use Materio for all of our projects and tracking budget, timelines, scope, items, procurement, delivery, all of it. Here's a template that we have that's already been populated with, a lot of the items that would be included in that size property. Here is our 2D plan. This is where I've included some options on this to show how our approval will work. So right here, there's an existing estimate that we put in so that a client can get a rough idea, from the beginning of approximately how much it would cost to furnish and stock a property of whatever size they're working with. So here on these chairs, I can go in and add markers so we know exactly which pieces that we're talking about when we're going through these approvals. So it updates the quantity, which then updates the price. That's still based on this estimate until we then go and make a selection. So once we go in here, we can see all of these options together. I can decline, or the client can decline, make comments. Their views are a little bit different with not as much information, but the same principle applies. So we would approve the selection, and then it updates this total to the more accurate cost. And so now you can see how that would show in the overall. So if we were working from a fixed budget, we could populate that into the categories. Like if we've got a $30,000 allowance for furniture or whatever, then we can actually see where we're over and under budget. We also can, we track everything from all of the orders. So here's an existing project that you can see where all these items have been, selected. We show information like delivery. So within the finances section that is also available for the client, you'll see where we've collected the deposit. And the deposit is the term that's used within the software basically for the invoice, but it triggers different tax information within the back end in Stripe. So they call it a deposit. And once this is paid, so it shows every item, the total cost. So for example, if the client has paid for this sofa and when we go to order it's out of stock, then it automatically, and that selection is made, within the scope. So we would go in, we would change that, to reopen the selections, choose the new one, and then it would update the total cost. And here it would issue a credit if it was, less than what they had paid, or show that it reflected, a balance due. So all of this is automated. It also does time tracking on any of these items that, if there were questions about them, or the client had, an existing piece, like, well, I don't want to use this one. I'd like to, go ahead and provide one. They can have a conversation here and it would show up. They can provide links and it would show up here so that I can capture all of the comments and everything all in one location. I think that's about it. I mean, you can see this is, we track all of our orders. We've got the invoices. So because we make purchases on behalf of the client, our invoice basically acts as the receipt. But we also have those for all of the purchases readily available if we need to. Another thing I want to mention too is the categories. So on the typical projects that we do for the vacation rentals, it's usually the furniture and cabin stocking. And within cabin stocking, we qualify that as decor, detergent, anything that's going in and going to be used by a guest. We also can populate with any kind of category relevant to a project. I'm running out of time, but I think that this should help, kind of give an overview of this product.